Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Dark Side of the Word, a weekly podcast for all the dark story lovers. My name is Kait, and I am here with my open-minded co-host, CJ.
Hello, everybody.
It is the first Thursday of the month, which means it is time to catch you up on what we've been working on in the past, 30-ish days. Hopefully we can offer some advice, be inspiring, tell you what it's really like from the trenches. Something.
Just anything, any little morsel we can give you, we're happy to give.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun update, so.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
I purposely did not inform you that the script was ready because I did not want you to have a preview.
I didn't even think about that. I did not have time to think about that today, so.
Well, I feel like you don't actually need to look at it. Because you know the question's always going to be, how you doing, CJ?
Yeah, and I talk about me, and then you talk about you, and we talk about each other, so I can go off the cuff. That's totally cool. I'm cool with that.
I figured you did not need to read your highlighted, you're going to answer the question of, how are you doing, CJ?
And prepare an answer. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, well.
So how am I doing? Okay. So, I think last writing update episode, I mentioned that I'm going to be starting writing Ghost Children again, the Ghost Children book. So, I am going to be writing the Ghost Children book again. That is the big news. And I have blocked off every weekend in August to work on revising the Ghost Children book. And I am excited, really excited this time. I've had a good long break from writing, and I don't feel like I'm being pushed back into this by anyone else right now. The time is now. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to tell this story. So, in case you all don't remember, because I actually forgot, I started revising this last year in the fall. I did a little more early in the new year, and then I stopped around April because I got to about chapter 12 or so, something like that, and I just kind of got stuck. And then it was vacation, and then it was summer, and then it was just life getting in the way. So now is the time to get started again. So I'm going to start by reading the whole thing over again from start to finish.
I was going to be like, so are we starting from the beginning again, or?
Yes. So I am going to read the whole thing over again from start to finish. And the last time I did this, I would think little ideas as they came into my head, but I wouldn't write them down. And that was a mistake because I had some good ideas on that first pass. I know. I should have done it. So this time I will make little notes as I read through the whole thing. And then I'm going to start revising from the beginning, taking into the notes that you gave me for the chapters, that my critique group gave me from some chapters, and just try and fold in reasonable edits as I go. And then eventually I'll get to the point where I stopped revising the first time and just start all new revisions. I want to crank this whole thing out in August so I can just start. I know. I don't want to hold myself to that deadline, but except for this coming, the first Saturday in August, I am going to be revising every weekend.
You're just squirreling away in a little cave here and just your husband
to.
better be delivering snacks and sustenance.
I have warned him that he will have to do dinners and lunches for all the weekends in August, and he thankfully is totally okay with doing that. But yeah, I have to go deep into the world. That's one of the problems I had with the first revision is that I was trying to do it here and there, and I really need to just sequester myself in the world. So that's what I'm going to do.
I think some people are like that. They need to sit in it.
Yeah, if it's later on revisions, just small edits and stuff, I can do it in between everything else, but right now I'm still in that world building phase and I need to live in it. So that'll be what I'm doing. I originally didn't want to go and do that in the summer because it's summer. I want to be out. I want to be doing things. I've done some of that, and also it's been so freaking hot here that I just spend my time inside anyway. I don't want to go and do anything outside because it's 90 something degrees. So I might as well just write my book while I'm sitting inside in the air conditioning anyway. So yeah, that's what's happening.
Speaking of weather, because I just want to inform our listeners, in case you hear a weird noise, it is very stormy right now where I am, and I am situated right next to our porch, so you're hearing the rain on the porch's roof. And it's very interesting because, I just moved back home from Seattle, and I was like, yeah, I'm totally, I'll eventually miss the rain. No. It has rained here for, a week straight.
Really?
And gray and disgusting. Ugh. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't miss the rain right now. I actually need more sun again. I need to move.
Summer humid rain isn't as fun as cozy fall cold rain,
Well, granted, it has been nice because we haven't had, okay, this is oxymoronic, but we have not had humidity.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
it's been in the 80s because there's no sun to into the air. So it's actually been quite pleasant if you ignore the rain and the gloom and how everything smells like mold, and my entire backyard is now mushrooms because everything's like, yay! Yeah. So anyway, so sorry for the noise, and also let's just gaze upon CJ's beautiful tan that we all are hating. Like I'm in Florida, I need to be tanner than you.
You are a little pastier than I am, but I just spent 3 days walking around in the sun down the shore, so that is where this has come from.
I will say I do look. I feel that I'm a little bit more, well, especially like
I can see it this time. I can see it.
I need to update my foundation, but I would like to think I'm a little bit more tanner in person, not so washed out by the ring light situation. Anyway. So continue. I'm sorry. I side quested us.
That is okay. You can side quest. I actually do have one question, and maybe you can give your thoughts on this since it involves you. So, in terms of critique partnering,
okay, I was going to ask you this question.
Do you know what I'm going to ask?
Yes.
Okay, I can't decide if I want to send you chapters as I go or if I should wait until the end, and I want to know your thoughts.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to send me chapters weekly or if you wanted them all at the end.
And this is why we're friends.
So I feel like it's like I'm going to give you two ideas behind them. And this, I think, is a great moment for listeners to understand how critique partners work as well. Because it's really based on your relationship with your critique partner and how you want to do it. Because part of me feels like maybe it's a really good idea to just sequester into the world with no outside feedback, without any thoughts hindering you, and just go with what you have, because you might read my comments and then that messes you up in the future writing and all of this stuff. Now, would I mind receiving all of your chapters as you go and then not tell you comments till the end? Yeah, I actually might like that, because then I can spread out reading it a little bit. And you would get feedback a lot quicker, which you might like.
True.
So it just depends on how, like, do you want comments as you're going to make corrections as you're writing, or do you just want to, like, just do what you want to do and then have a whole chunk of, like, information? Or do you think having comments will make you want to go back to work at the beginning instead of focusing on just finishing it?
So the reason I started sending you chapters, every week, the last time I was revising or whatever it was because, number one, I was doing that with my critique group, and I had done that with Hoogly Ever After, and that style really worked for me. However, as I'm revising or thinking about revising Ghost Children, I'm realizing or remembering that every book is different in terms of the writing, the editing, and the revision, and what works for one book, for one story, may not work for another book. And I feel like I want to just sequester myself in this little world, bang the whole thing out, and then send you the whole thing at the end, so you can get an overview of the entire book all at once.
I like that. I think that also the one other difference in timeline of writing is that Hoogly was more polished and completed when you send it to them and you were able to work on it and fine-tune it. You weren't doing that world building that you're, quote, having to still do now with Ghost Children, and that is why you might be struggling, and that's, like, the difference. I'm not discrediting that each book is different.
Yeah.
100% that every book you write is going to be a different child to rear.
Yeah.
But
different journey.
I don't think you were in the world building phase with that one that you are now, because you are sending this one to me a little bit more green.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I think having too many other thoughts in my head at this green stage, which, as you so aptly put it, is messing me up a little bit. So I think, I need to just go in, revise, and then send it to you. So I need
to get, schedule this in. Just make sure you send it to me before October, please.
I will send it to you before October.
We're going to be a little busy then.
Yeah. This actually works out really well, because if I want to send it to you by September, I have to finish it by August. So that puts
Let me go get my matches. Deadline. Let me go get my matches to light this fire under your ass.
I think this works well, because this will keep me on task, and that is a good part of a CP too. Even if I'm not sending you chapters, that deadline is coming in, you're making time for it. I want to respect your timeline and your other work too. So if I send you something later, it might not work with your timeline. So this is now the expectation is set. I will try my best to meet it.
I need a buffer between when I send you responses for you to stop hating me before I see you.
That's true. I see.
This is my point of like, well, like, send them to me before.
If I send it to you by like September 1st and you give me feedback in 2 to 3 weeks, I should be good.
I'll be, that's fine. You can even send it to me like the second week in September. I'll give you like a buffer here. Like, you're fine.
That should be fine. I should be able to get over my rage of like, God damn it, why did she say that? Why does she have to be so correct about everything I do? Okay. And then I'll calm down.
I'm just amazing.
And we'll be friends.
I'm coming with a gift, so let me just start.
Okay.
Because, you had her birthday, which I totally did. I missed it, didn't I?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I love when people miss my birthday, and that is not sarcasm. I prefer my birthday to be completely unknown by most people.
Okay. I feel actually really bad, but...
Don't feel bad about it.
Well, when we get to you'll understand.
Don't worry. I turned 41, not 1. I'm not upset that you missed my birthday.
Well, I did buy you a birthday gift, so I had it in my head.
That is very nice.
And I was like, I'll just give it to her when I see her, because mail is getting lost lately. And
really?
So I'm just,
okay.
Yes. So I'm like,
I'm just hold on to it for now.
Give it to her. And this will be a peace
offering.
But hopefully I don't forget it this time like last time.
Okay.
But this is so exciting. Are you willing to share the thing that also recently inspired you so excitingly to work on Ghost Children again? You have been reading something. Pondering book.
Could you remind me of what it is that inspired me to write?
You're reading a book that made you think about the ghosts. I think it was nonfiction.
Crap. I should know this.
Here I am wanting to go through my text messages to see oh God, how far back do I have to go?
It's just like no, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right. I just cannot remember what the book is. It might have been a book I'm going to talk about in the content recap episode coming up, but I'm confused.
See us talking about getting cannolis.
Okay, getting cannolis.
Let's see. Something about Netflix. Let's see. When I told you I got bearded dragons. Yeah,
There was something that inspired me. Let me look at my Goodreads and see what it was that I wrote. While I'm doing that, I will tell you about my quick updates. Oh, I can't get into Goodreads because it signed me out for some reason.
What rude.
I know, right? I don't have time to do this now, Goodreads. I'm on air. Okay. Well, I'm sure I was inspired by something, and it was a great story, and it reminded me of what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do.
I feel like it was a nonfiction book about like spirits and entities and something. I don't remember. That's all I remember because I did not keep the name in my head.
I will try signing into my Goodreads account while you talk about your writing update, and then I will... And I'll see if I can remember. Okay. And we can circle back if I do. But if not, we will not circle back, and I will not bring it up again.
Well, anyway, the point is she was inspired.
I was inspired.
I was told inspired. Me it gave her inspiration to redo her ghosties.
Yeah.
And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It was a magical moment, and here we are now. And then the other things I have to update on real quick are Hoogly After. I submitted to more agents, and I heard back from one more that I queried in May, and she asked for the manuscript, so I sent that off, which means I have now reached 21 requests for a manuscript, which is pretty fucking awesome. So I know my query letter works, and my first 3 chapters. The rest, who the hell knows? But at least that's an improvement over last time, so yay, thank you.
Just copy and paste whatever you did here for Ghost Children.
Yeah.
Because it worked.
Yeah.
And Ghost Children is something I think unique that made boosted.
I mean, I thought that about Hoogly Ever After too, and I don't know. It's just a crazy world of traditional publishing, which leads me to my final writing update is that for my blog, wellreadtart.com, I'm going to be creating a 3-part blog post about hybrid publishing. because we talked about it on the Industry Trend episode a few weeks ago, and I just want to go into more depth about my experience and my opinions and about what you should know about hybrid publishing if you are a frustrated writer like I am with the traditional models. So look out for that in late August, early September.
That's exciting. So if you can't wait till then, or you want like a little bit more of a quick overview before you get into her in-depth thing, make sure to check out the episode that she referred to. We had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah, definitely.
But that is so exciting. I love it. And then you're also still going to tell us when the recipe book comes out, correct?
Yes, I'm still waiting to hear back. The recipes are under review and being cooked to see, if they're okay, like recipe testing. And I suppose that when I hear back from her, I'll get like publicity info and I can start sharing it. So
I'm assuming she's picking at least one, right?
She originally said she would do all of them.
Okay.
And
so you're like past like whatever quality, like, okay, we're picking you for sure.
Well, when I handed them in and I sent the pictures and everything, she's like, we'll definitely do all 5. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm hoping you will do all 5. But, of course, when she tastes them and everything, she has to make the final determination, which I totally understand. But I'm hoping all of them make it in because they're all really fun and all really tasty.
So, wouldn't it be hilarious if you actually published a cookbook before you published anything else?
So, it was funny. I was thinking about my word for the year is success. And one of my goals that I wanted to manifest was at the beginning of the year when we did the Gabby, 30-day challenge, I wanted to manifest getting published. And in my head, I'm thinking Hoogly Ever After, my own book. But I will be published, just not in what I thought I was going to be. So it's funny how the world works. But it's working, it's not what I thought it would be, but I am more than happy with it. So, yay.
I 100%.
Check.
I get that. I feel like things happen and you just roll.
You just roll with it, and I'm grateful and I'm happy and I'm excited and I can't wait to see what the rest of 2024 brings because so far the first half, pretty freaking awesome. Which I usually can't say.
We're not sending each other reels of like the moose tripping over the fence or the person in the mud like we have the last 2 years. We're like, yeah, this is how the year's going so far.
Yep. This time there's positivity there all the way. Definitely.
The difference is that we did not go into this year saying this was the year. We did not jinx ourselves from the start.
And we have positive mindsets now too because we've been working on that. So with that in mind, I want you to tell us about your writing exploits.
Sure. Positive outlooks. All right, we ready for therapy?
Yes, always. Yay, therapy.
Well, shit's hit the fan over here.
Why?
We're no longer happy. We're no longer in a good place. This is all a lie.
What has happened?
So much has happened. It has just not been good over here. And I have just don't care anymore. Just don't want to do anything
writing?
anymore.
Why?
Everything. Work, writing, everything. I'm just giving up on life.
Don't give up. Don't give up. What has made this happen?
Well, it has been a lot of medical things over here, which I have no problem talking about. So I'm a person that is an open book when it comes to things I'm struggling with. So the first week was a flare-up of whatever I have that I'm not telling you guys. I just don't know. Okay? I fucking don't know what it is. And that was great. And so that shut me down. Yeah. And then I was actually in it last time we were recording. So, and then my doctor, we've been working on this very long-term plan of getting me off of one medication for my anxiety because unbeknownst to me, based on my old doctor, I did not know how much it wrecks the body. It wrecks the body. And so my doctor decided it is time to get off of that one because I've got a new one. And it has been the worst 2 weeks ever. So the withdrawals have been horrendous. All last week I was pretty much on the couch because I was extremely nauseous, fatigued where I could keep my eyes open for anything. Everything hurt.
Oh.
Like the worst. Like, you know how
Sounds
you
like
feel?
COVID.
No. So the body aches, it was almost as bad as the body aches of COVID. But the weird part is I wasn't sick. So my body kept being like, you're sick, you're sick, you're sick. And you're like, well, no, I'm not sick.
Yeah.
So all of that, and then I was just like grinding my jaw the whole time. I was short-tempered and just wanting to bite everyone's head off, and then having massive panic attacks because I felt old anxiety and emotions coming up, and I don't want to be back there.
Yeah. No.
So I was having breakdown after break, and the final step to get off of it happens when this episode comes out.
Yay!
And I have no idea how long after that until it's fully gone. I've heard of people taking a full year to finally get rid of every symptom of this. Yeah, I did not. So now, I've been on this medication for 2.5 years, I want to say, or more.
Okay.
And this is supposed to be the drug that is the last resort. And it was given to me first.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It like made me gain 40 pounds. Like, it has just been a wreck on me. And my friend was like, why are you on this? This is the worst possible thing for you to be on. And that is why I've been working really hard to get off of it. But we wanted to put me on something first, which I completely respect. I'm with a new doctor now. So I got on something first to get through that. And now that's going really well. We feel safe to take me off this one. So it's been a freaking mess.
Well, no wonder you don't want to do any writing or anything creative or just anything in general, because dealing with that shit is a lot.
But I've lost, like, the fire and the spark and any, like, I can't even pull an ounce of care, a fuck's given about it.
It'll come back. That happened with me, too, last year with my back and before the surgery with depression. Remember, I just stopped blogging completely. I just fell off the face of the earth. I stopped doing social media. All I could do was write that one thing, but because that was the only thing I had. But it took, if I didn't have that course, I probably wouldn't have done that either, honestly.
It's funny, because social media I'm fine with. I've been actually super on top of it. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't know. And I still am reading, but...
I have an insight, a therapeutic insight.
This is why we're here.
Okay. So... maybe you need the community that comes from being on social media, because there is that aspect to it.
What communities?
There's community. People,
shit.
You talk to people, you chat with people, people respond. That's how we met.
I'm an introvert that doesn't comment.
You commented on my stuff.
Because we were in a challenge. And then we became friends, and you were the one that reached out to me.
Still, you may just need, subconsciously, you may need that sense of community and to be connected to something. Writing is so insular that when you're already feeling small, it may not be the place to retreat to. You may need to go out to a larger community, and that is what you were doing.
I don't know. All that just makes me want to go,
Yes.
It's just like, I just don't care. And again, like you talked about just the stupid publishing industry and just all the shit in the publishing industry, and how I feel like I have great stories and they're not getting out there. Yeah. And I think that is finally, like, I can no longer cheerlead myself at this moment, and that ability. So, because I'm always pulling up the social media inspiration to us all. So, Inspired to Write. If no one follows Inspired to Write, now is your call to action. You need to fucking follow her. But she goes through themes in her stuff. And her theme right now is mostly being about delusional about yourself and platforming yourself and just thinking that you're the greatest piece of shit, because that's the only way we're going to survive this, is to think that we are amazing and the best at everything. Which I get what she's trying to say, and I kind of agree, because the only way to accept and survive the rejection is just to think that everyone else is
to be your own champion, basically.
Yeah. Okay. And I ain't got that. I'm not delusional about myself anymore.
Okay, you were never delusional about yourself to begin with.
Okay, we're all delusional, even you, CJ.
We're all a little bit delusional, but overall, your writing is far better than a lot of the crap I have read this year.
This is one person.
No, says many people. There's a lot of crap out there, and more people are talking about it, and more writers are getting frustrated about it. So it's definitely not just your own thoughts. It's being echoed everywhere throughout the writing community. And we're tired. We're all fucking tired. So that weight of disappointment and expectation, it's really hard to just keep cheery about something. You know, I heard this phrase called hope dies last. And it's great, but it can also be really bad because if you have this hope, it just keeps carrying you way after it should sometimes. Sometimes you just need to let it fall and cocoon, and then you come out again. You know, so this is your cocoon period. So cocoon, don't worry about writing. It'll come back to you. You love your home. You love your writing space. You love your story.
Do I love my home now?
You do love your home. You do love your home.
See, remember the whole I hate everything?
That is the medication talking. That is not you talking.
If you hear about a murder happening, I am admitting to it now.
Oh my God, don't even do that in this day and age. Oh my God, they'll just pin anything on you.
Chris, my partner, is not
Chris,
surviving.
leave home. Leave now. Run away. Find a safe haven. Oh my goodness. Take the dogs with you, just in case.
Yeah,
no, it'll come back. You just need to let your body go through what it's going through. Don't add any more stress. And the writing has always been there. It'll be there again.
It's also just very hard because I feel that mental health has been a battle over here based, with everything I've been through. I have PTSD, a whole bunch of other issues. And one of the things is I do feel like I constantly hit these walls of just never making progress in these huge chunks of time. I mean, in a way, like, you've written more books than I have because somehow, and it's just, here it is again, where I thought I could make a deadline. So I remember being in this same position last month, being like, I think I can finish this book by, like, end of August, I think I said, and now here I am, and I failed myself again.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop you right there. You did not fail yourself. You had a deadline, and you were making that deadline. And then fucking medication came in and screwed it up. You did not say, you know what, I'm tired of writing. You did not say, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. Your body said, I am going through something, and I cannot mentally handle doing this right now, because the world that I have to live in is demanding all my energy and attention. And there's nothing wrong with that, other than that it sucks. But
it's not just the medication. I said this when I had my flare-up, too.
I mean, that's a
started then
issue. That's a physical issue, though. That's not... It doesn't mean that you've decided not to do this or that you haven't met your deadline because you're a flake or something like that. It's an issue that happens. Life happens.
Well, on the flip side of all, I want to do, like, other art right now, for some reason.
Okay.
Like, I haven't had the physical ability to do anything until, say, like, today.
Okay. What do you feel drawn to do?
But, like, so I, like, want to make, like, a family grimoire. I know that's silly. It's just a stupid name for it all. But I want to make, like, this family...
What is a family grimoire?
Well, I call it but it's a grimoire.
What's a grimoire, then?
You don't know what a grimoire is? Honey.
No.
Honey,
no.
It's like...
I've heard it mentioned in, like, lore and stuff, but I don't know what it actually is.
You watch Supernatural, honey.
I forget. There's so much info in here. I don't even remember the book that inspired me to write a book.
Mine is somewhere right there. That's my inspiration. That's why it's back here. These are carefully... Sorry, do you notice holes? Because I just, like, loaned out, like, 20 books to a friend. There are holes now. Anywho's... grimoire is, like, essentially a witch's book of spells and witchcraft.
Oh,
so I call it the grimoire. It's not actually a book of spells and witchcraft, but I just like the name anyway. But I want to make, like, a family one where we document our life in the way of things we've learned or things that we like, do, or predictions. I don't know. Like, a good example is we had the ground being incident earlier in the year at our house, and so I want to talk about how we took care of it. I put, like, our family recipes in there. I'll put, like, natural ways to clean the house. It's just something that I want to make and draw pictures and put, like, press flowers in and just make this, like, beautiful art book. And then it, like, would hopefully get passed down to our kid and just be like, this is how you do things. This is, like, our family's collection of what we've learned through the years.
I love that.
to be able to, like, if you have this issue, go to the family recipe book in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh, I need to make this, I need to make vanilla cake. Let me go to my mom's recipe book and grab what she has. Like, it's kind of that, but for, like, life in general.
I love that. That sounds
full
fantastic.
of, like, beautiful things. Or, like, you were just teaching me earlier before we recorded this about, you know, August 1st. I'm going to say it wrong.
Llamas.
Thank you.
Llamas. I don't know. Llamas. The animal. Because this
so,
is a llama, apparently.
Even though I say llama, because it's Spanish, llama.
Okay.
The
There's no double L, though.
Yes, there is. It's Llamas for llamas.
Oh, for llama. I thought you meant for
okay.
the holiday. Okay, yes. Yes,
Anyway,
all right.
but, like, if, you know, how we do, like, we have our winter solstice that we do. We have special, you know,
Traditions,
thank you. So, like, I would put that kind of stuff in there and draw pictures and, like, include things, and it just makes something. And,
so do it.
yeah. Okay, anyway, but so, like, I've been interested in doing that. We have our other business venture we've been working on, which has been taking a lot of energy, things like that. So it's definitely kind of, and, you know, we have, like, the new animals in our house. If you follow on Instagram,
Yes.
I've been posting about the new animals that we're rehabbing. And so there's, like, a lot going on, too. And, I mean, now there's the Olympics. And, you know, I am the person that shuts down for 2 weeks to watch everything because this is my World Cup. You know, my partner gets his World Cup, which now he has split it into, like, 3 World Cups. How do you...
I don't even
I ask for something once every 4 years, okay?
Yep.
Mine is actually every 4 years. Yes.
Okay. I think you should listen to what your body and your mind are telling you and follow these side projects. And also, as we said before, there are very few perks to being a frustrated, unpublished, unagented writer. One of the perks is that you're on your own schedule. You don't have to... That's an alarm to water my plants. I apologize. You
Come to my house. It's being done for
right. You don't have to make this deadline. It is a self-imposed deadline. And while it is important to try to adhere to those, if you don't, you're not missing an agent deadline. You're not missing a publishing deadline. If you want to work on a different project that makes you happy in this time where you need happiness the most, do that because you can. And in the future, you may not have that luxury. And that's something to savor right now.
It's just, I'm ready to be somewhere. I'm getting to this thing where I've been play acting for so long that the stage is worn thin, and I hear you. I mean, you get it.
Yep.
Hopefully this comes across well. Okay? I don't mean this in a bad way. Okay. Yes. But, like, I think it's great because, like, you have, like, still a career to fall back on to define yourself with. You still have a little bit of that going for you, and I literally only have this right now. And so when this isn't working, I have nothing to fall back on to feel accomplished and...
Yeah. I can understand that. Oh, oops. Everything's fine. The camera didn't move, did it?
It did, but I think we can survive to the end of the podcast.
I will not kick my foot out anymore while I talk.
Just
I'm
comedic
a
relief
person.
Don't you see me doing this the whole time? Touching, mixing my hair. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Your camera stays where you put it, though.
Yes, because it's like actually surprised. Like it's far away.
You don't even want to know the ordeal I went through today to try and set up this whole new thing going on. It's very precariously balanced. I'm actually shocked it didn't fall down just now.
Need to set something up.
I did.
Permanent. Permanent.
I know.
Or just get a Mac and like record. I'm using my computer camera.
I could use my laptop, but then I can't see my notes because I'm freaking blind. So I need the big screen. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay, I'm 8 years older than you. I can't do that.
No, you're not 8 years.
How old are you?
You're 7 years.
Okay, that's not much better.
Barely, though. Barely, because I'm almost... My birthday's in, like, 3 months.
Dude, on vacation, I went to this adorable used bookstore, and I was talking to the lady who runs it because I was like, "Oh my god, I love your store," and she's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." And I was talking to her about how I love that she had print books, and I'm finally considering getting an e-reader. And she's like, "Honey, have you tried the granny glasses?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "I was your age when I started them." She's like, "Here's a pair. Just try them on. See what happens. Read." She opened a book that had very tiny print, and she's like, "Okay, read it." I put on the little granny glasses, and oh my god, I could see the text. It was a freaking miracle. And they're like the little magnifiers.
But you still need an e-reader for trips.
That's true. That's true. But I also need the granny glasses to help me read my books. So I'm saying I need the big screen because I can't go higher than like 200% magnification on the screen.
Well, that's going to get clipped, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay, last thing I want to talk about really quick as an thing that has been plaguing my brain the last couple of days with this no writing, I'm sick and tired of life bullshit. So, which will come out next week, but I have this book, The Failures. And if you were following the Instagram stories, you saw the struggle that this book caused me. But the content, like the story and the end that we got to was phenomenal. How do we say this? So, like, the story was amazing, but the execution was horrendous in a way, but not in the story, but, like, the writing and stuff, not really. I don't know. I was saying content versus quality. I don't know. It's hard to, like, compare.
The ending was great, but the journey to get there was tumultuous?
Yeah, but the story was amazing throughout, in a way. It was just, like, the execution of the story was bad, but not the story itself or the way it was laid out. Like,
bad writing? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So bad writing.
But it was more than just writing. It was, like, the world building as well, which I wouldn't equate to, like, the actual story and plot.
Okay,
anyway. And there's this thing that I've been seeing where lately I've been reading so many books where the content of the book, like the story, what I'm trying to say, we're just going to call it story and writing. Hopefully everyone's on the same page. So I've been reading a ton of books where the payoff and the story and the plotting is superb, but the writing sucks. And people are raving about the books, and I've started raving about a few of them because in a way, the story is just that good that the writing doesn't hold it back, and it's worth it, and you just, like, live in it. And, I don't know, part of me is like, I need to just stop fucking caring, because I think I'm a really good plotter. And I think that I can have better plots even if I'm not hindered by the frickin' writing, and I should just stop caring about my writing, and I should just write the damn fucking book and then just put it out there and churn out these amazingly well-plotted books faster and just put them out there and just say fuck it to the writing.
But you don't have to say fuck it to the writing because you're a good writer. You have both.
But that is hard, and I agonize over it. I agonize over it so...
So you think you want to put out a first draft and just publish the first draft?
Okay, not that bad.
Okay, because that's what I'm imagining.
Not
even like a second or third draft. Like, are you really going to be okay with that?
Like a third draft.
You really going to be? I could not do that. I think it seems attractive right now because it's the easier way out, but I don't think you'd be happy with that.
It's not entirely the easier way out because people don't care anymore about the writing. And I'm not a bad writer. I'm not saying I'm going to put out utter crap. But I don't feel like I need to put in as much work as I'm putting in and killing myself as much as I'm killing myself.
You mean for self-publishing?
Yeah.
Not for... Oh, okay. I thought you meant trying to, like, do the traditional route with an agent and sending that out that way.
I mean... I could still try first. It doesn't hurt.
They're taking a lot of rough versions anyway, so...
I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. But I feel like I'm killing myself to make this amazing writing, and it's what's holding me back. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be that bad. Come on. You know I'm going to be better probably than a lot of these books. Okay? But I feel like I get so stuck on trying to make this amazing writing that I'm losing my plot and my story.
I feel like this definitely goes along with the fact that you feel that you're more of a storyteller and movies and then writer per se, whereas I'm definitely a writer, wordsmith person. Like, the words are so important to me.
Oh my god. I feel like you hit this on the head so hard because when I started writing about 6-7 years ago, I swear I would never write a book. because I always said I never want to write a book. I can tell you the greatest story on the planet. Like, you know how many stories that are living up in here, and the versions you even read are not the versions in my head entirely, because I get stuck by the writing. And I always said I would never write a book because I wanted to just tell you the story, but I didn't want to tell you how someone got up from a chair. And I just wanted to tell you the story because I can tell which is why movies are so much better, because it's like I don't have to think about how to tell you how the person walked in and out of a room. I can just tell you the fucking person walked in and out of a room. But I don't want to write. I want to tell stories. And so part of me is like, it is what is making me stop, because I'm so stuck on the fucking writing of word choices and all that stuff, and like I'm getting so stuck on trying to tell you the emotions of these people. And sometimes I just want to fucking tell you instead of trying to show you. Because I'm just over this, because this is not what I want to do. I want to tell you a story. I don't want to write you a book. Does that make sense?
It does. It absolutely does. You know, and you had mentioned a while back that you want to turn Précis into a screenplay and work on that. Why don't you try doing that with your new book that you're doing? Oh, not your new book, but the one you're working on now. Why not try that and see if that feels better, if that inspires you more?
Because part of me feels like that is starting from scratch, and that is a mountain I'm not ready to climb yet.
Maybe after a little break, you might be ready to take a step onto it and see how it feels. Maybe
that's just write a story and put it out there.
Or you can just write a story.
In love with me because they think that the story is so amazing. They don't care if it's the best writing in the world. Okay, listeners, tell me, answer this question. Can this be our poll?
Yeah.
Can this be our poll?
I think it's a good poll.
Do you care more about the substance of the story versus how well it's written? And when I say bad writing, I'm not talking about the shit in here. Can I read?
Oh, please! I love quotations.
Okay, this is worse than The House of Last Resort.
Is it worse than The Spent Sex Organ?
No, I still love that. That is a bad. Also, by the way, someone picked my side.
Someone picked my side.
Was it your husband? That doesn't count.
No, it was me.
I had a non-partner pick my side.
People, come on. Where's the love? Where's the support?
Let's see. Where's a good thing that's not going to give it away? Oh, God. I'm on the spot.
Find it now.
I know.
Hurry. Man, it is really raining by you. Holy crap.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to pull it off. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
But
I trust you. I trust you that it is bad.
Like, I don't think it would be as bad as, like, that kind of. I mean, the poking comment.
I feel like you bring up a good point that, and maybe that's something to talk about in an industry trend thing, at least as a small point, that does writing matter? Does good writing matter anymore? Because you're right, people don't seem to care as much. I mean, look at fan fiction, look at 50 Shades of Grey, and anything that's like that. They are selling like hotcakes, and they're not great writing, but people love the story. They love the characters, which I don't even think are that great sometimes, but they appeal to somebody.
So I'm going to leave us with one point, and then I really think we should end this here so we can make this the industry topic of the month, because I really want to delve into it, but I just have a thought that I want to put out there, okay?
Okay.
Get everyone ready. So when you think about the books from, say, the 70s and 80s, even older books, they were so written heavy. I mean, even Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings with the descriptions. Wordy, but it was about the writing. It wasn't about the plot. And I feel like we're tipping this. And sometimes I don't like the books because it's like I want more story. Because I'm a story person. And so it feels like we're almost tipping the scale. So now we're all about the story and less about the writing. And then maybe we can
find a happy medium.
But I would think that the story thing is new, and we still have a long way to go of story-heavy books.
Yeah.
So maybe it's time to jump on the right bandwagon.
It's definitely something to consider that I would not have considered before, but this has actually made me think about it a little bit.
Well, you have 2 weeks-ish to think about it some more, and let us dive into this. And I love this because now I'm going to come up with book examples, and I'm going to come up with a whole bunch of research. I'm excited. I was sitting here like, what the fuck
I'm excited to see what you come up with.
I was also like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? All right.
There we go. Done.
We have gone off the rails and lollygagged enough. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I am good.
All right, then I'm going to wrap this up and tell you all, guys, don't forget about this month's book club, which I'm so excited to announce is a 2-part book club. We have 5 Thursdays. Sorry. We have 5 Thursdays in the month of August, which means that we are going to be splitting book club into 2 weeks. It'll be the 4th and 5th Thursday of the month, and we are going to be reading the... Crap, I forgot the name of the series. It's like the Wounded Soldier.
Sworn Soldier series.
Sworn Soldier series. Thank you. We are going to be reading the Sworn Soldier series by T. Kingfisher. So the first part, we will be reading what moves the dead, and then the next week we will be talking about What Feasts at Night. I'm really excited. Both of them are novellas, so don't worry. They equal to a main book, but you get to split it up and we get to complete this. We are also massive T. Kingfisher fans.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to finally feature one of our favorite authors on the podcast. So make sure to join in, and if you haven't bought your books yet, use our bookshop.org links below. We don't care which one you click on, but it helps us keep the lights on. But thank you so much for listening to Dark Side of the Word, a dark podcast for all the story lovers. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Tell us how wickedly awesome and smart and talented and how inspiring we are to all of you. And we are an audio-only podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and iHeart, so make sure to also go on there and check out our Spotify polls that we have. And thank you so much, friends. Have an amazing day.
Bye.